All right, guys, Tony here, and I've got Mike Martin here, and he's got this really incredible Schema plugin that we wanted to demonstrate. And we were kind of short of time for being able to fit this promotion in because I've got some new stuff of my own coming out. So we decided to try and push this today. So sorry for the short notice, but I'm sure by the end of this webinar that you will be glad that we did this, because this is quite incredible. I've never seen anything like this, and I've had a look at several Schema plugins over the years, but this is really special. This is really super simple as well, which is even better. And I'm going to let Mike just take over from here and do a quick introduction about himself, and he can go straight into the plugin so we don't have too much delay before we get into the actual content. All right, Mike?
Yep, that's great. Yep, I'll just check with everybody first that you can all hear me okay and everything. You just want to stick some ones and yeses in the box just to make sure my sound's decent. You all right, George? Thanks, mate. Yes. One. Yes, yes. Awesome. Marcel, Paul, you, Sal. Cool. Yep, tonight I did have a presentation where I was going to run through and tell you how I used to live under my mother's my mother's basement and all the rest of it, but I was told by Tony not to do that, so you've not got a 2-hour presentation tonight, guys. It's going to be a pretty quick one. I can see we've got quite a few people on. I will open up by asking you the question first of all, though. Have any of you ever been punched in the face? Serious question. David's first one in there to say yes. Marcel, yes, sure. What? Yes. Cool. Okay, cool. You'll get this then. Right, well, true story, first of all. Just going to tell you a brief, quick story. When I was 9 years old, I got my first ever girlfriend, okay? And so, as you are when you're 9, she was about 10 years old, and she was called Nicola. And I thought I was loving my life, we're going to be there forever. Only problem was she had an ex-boyfriend. Now, her ex-boyfriend was 11 years old. So, yes, Paul, she had an ex at 11. When he stood next to me, he looked something like this. Okay, so he comes to my school and basically tells me he's going to kick my ass. And so I goes over, and I remember standing there looking at him through the green railing saying, come on then, bring it on, thinking he's never going to get into here. And then after school, so we decided, I went with my friends to the field to meet him, and obviously he says he's going to beat me up and all the rest of it. Now, does anybody ever remember the Rocky movie where Paulie says to Rocky, if I could be anyone, Rocky, I would be you? Anyone recognize that? No? Yes. Awesome. Sure. Well, when he's walking down the tunnel and he's about to fight with Ivan Drago, I believe it was, Paulie turns to him and said, remember when I wanted to be you, Rock? Well, forget it. Well, none of my friends said that to me, but I'm pretty sure a few of them said it. So we went over to the field, and I'm standing there, and I'm looking up and I'm thinking, shit, this guy's big. This guy's huge. So take off my coat, I start rolling up my sleeves, and can anyone guess what happens next? Anybody at all? Yep. What? Go on then. It certainly did. You got smacked in the mouth. I woke up staring at grass. I didn't see it coming. And honestly, I never stood a chance. So we did this a few more times over the next few weeks, and each time it ended the same, okay? Grass in my face, until she eventually left me for somebody else. Okay? Now, what do you think will happen if our website starts a fight with Google? If we don't give them what they ask for? Anyone tell me? Exactly. Yes, we're going to lose. Yeah, if we start saying I'm not doing Schema, it's too hard, it's too complicated, it's too time consuming. I'm not a coder. It's one of the things I hear a lot. In the last update, 17% more sites on the first page of Google have Schema. So basically, that doesn't mean 17% of sites. That means 17% more. If there were 30% before, there's now 57%, 47 even. Rocky versus Drago, yeah. I've tried and you fail. You certainly do, Marcel. Okay, well, if we try what he's all thinks going to happen, as you've just said, grass. Okay, you're going to get dropped exactly like I did. Okay, but your website's not got a girlfriend who's going to say it's okay, brush yourself down, get back up, and all the rest of it, give you a hug. It's going to stay down. All right. If you haven't got Schema on your website in 2020, then your rankings are going to tank. It really is as simple as that. Schema is becoming one of the most important online factors for every website. Before I push on, does everybody understand why Google loves schema, or how Google sees schema on your websites? Does everybody completely understand that? Just waiting for a few answers, guys. I've got yes, 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 no. Not too clear on it. No, Simon. KC Global's not so sure. Yep, yep, yep. No. So we're about 50-50, guys. It's about 50%. Basically, if you've ever, if you picture like a newspaper stand, imagine you're walking through center of New York, and you get them newspaper stands, okay? And you'll come up to it, and it looks something like this. So what you'll be faced with is, now if you understand schema, it sits in the head of your website, okay? It's not in the body. It's not in the part where everybody sees it, or not always. Right, but if you walk past it and you see this, what you're going to be looking at is obviously big headlines, immigration soars 20% in a year, Wayne Rooney gets put in prison for something, NHS mission to save. You're really interested in what you find, and this is the way Google finds schema at the top of your website. This is what it looks like. It jumps out and it hits it in the face. Okay, so it basically sees what interests it, and then it puts it in the right position. Now, if you imagine you're walking past that same New York newspaper stand and you see this, okay? Now, unless you're interested in the war or France, you'll never pick these papers up, okay? So without schema, this is how your website looks to Google. It basically has a headline, which, imagine if you're doing a locksmith site, it could be locks of hair, it could be a lock on a door, it could be anything. It has to figure out what your site is, okay? So it has to interpret the content and decide where to put it. Now, that obviously is not something it wants to continue doing. So if you look at this beautiful building here, perfect curves, and instantly you can take in the beauty in a second, right? But without a framework, it looks more like this, okay? And this is how Google sees your website without schema. This is the difference, but why? This is the difference in a building with a beautiful structure and then a building that's completely rubble, and people obviously don't understand or see what it is. But why does Google care? Why do Google care if your website looks like this? A big beautiful building rather than looking like this. Can anyone tell me? Does anybody know the answer at all? Works as a roadmap to spiders. It certainly does. But why does Google even care? Does anybody know the answer as to why they're really bothered? Google's biggest expense is crawl budget. Okay, this is actually more expensive to them than the wages, property costs. It's more expensive to them than tax, maybe even bigger than their expense account. Doubt it, but maybe. But basically what Google are looking to do is they're looking to cut their crawl budget, okay? And schema is the only way they can do it. Does anyone know what the biggest problem with schema is? Anybody at all tell me what it is? That's right, yep, it's complicated. Simon, question mark? It's time consuming, it certainly is, and it's changing all the time. That's one of the problems with most of the schema plugins out there. Coding, Marcel, coding, yes. SR's put, we don't know how to do it. That's a good point, yeah, we don't know how to do it. Well, the worst thing of all with schema is, like Marcel said, if you need to be a coder to do it properly. If you're not a coder, you're pretty much screwed, or you need to pay someone a fortune to do it for you. I've seen people charging anything from $500 to $1,500 to do schema on a website. That's for a single site, and in some cases, it's even just a single page of schema. So can you imagine if you've got 50 websites, can you imagine paying $1,500 for a single page of schema? Okay, now this is realistic in a lot of situations, but that's all a thing of the past. Okay, for those of you who's not an Einstein level genius, and you're like me, you hate complicated, love it to be super simple, then we've got a super simple, super fast schema solution that will help you fix all of your and your client schema worries. And the best thing of all, it takes a few minutes, not days and weeks like a lot of the stuff that's out there. Okay, so today I'm going to introduce you to the WP Schema plugin. Okay, from today, you're going to be able to build world-class schema for yourself in minutes and seconds, not weeks and days, meaning your website will rank higher and make you money every single week in and out. You're also going to be able to import and export schema from site to site, meaning you can easily and quickly build and generate schema from one site to another. And you'll be able to build schema in 3 very, very, very simple steps, which is as simple as scrape, edit, save, and you're done. That's really how quick it works, okay? So you scrape all the schema from the best ranking websites in the industry you're targeting. Then you edit the data so it matches your company information, which is super, super, super simple. And click the save button and you're done. It really is that easy. All from inside your WordPress dashboard. You can use it on HTML sites as well, and I'll show you how. But before we do a demo, I'll quickly show you what the experts are saying about schema. Okay, this is from some of the biggest experts out there. So Search Engine Journal. According to a study by ACMQ, less than 1/3 of Google search results include a rich snippet with schema.org markup. This exposes a huge opportunity for the rest. Very few things in SEO today can move the dial quickly. This can. Okay. Does everybody know who Neil Patel is? One of the latest evolutions in SEO is called schema markup. This new form of optimization is one of the most powerful but least utilized forms of SEO available today. Once you grasp the concept and method of schema markup, you can boost your website in the search engine result pages. Okay, Neil Patel is very, very well respected. I was told to keep it brief. Yes, Marcel says he knows who the thing is. I was told to keep the intro brief and not telling you all my stories about myself and everything. So I went through the parts that I think are essential, and now we're going to do a brief demo. So I'm going to demo the plugin for you, and then what I'll do after the demo, I have got a very, very special offer for everybody tonight that's only going to be available on the webinar. And then if you decide to go down the route of the special offer and you've got any questions, I'm going to stay on the webinar and answer any questions anybody's got until every single question's been answered. So I'm just going to change my screen over so you can see my my browser. Can you let me know what you can see there? Sterling Gold says, great, thank you, Mike. Can everybody see my screen there? Yep, locksmith service. Okay, cool, good. Right, I'm going to push the comments to one side over here. Right, I've purposely used this site. This is actually a site that I'm working on at the minute, and it's a locksmith site in Manchester, UK. Now, I purposely use this because, well, click on the SEO Quick toolbar, and I'll just diagnose it for you and show you that there is no schema on this site whatsoever to start with. Okay, so that entry, that is usually something that's just been done by the WordPress theme. Oh, locksmith service, yes, locksmith in Manchester, yeah. Why? Sorry guys, missed all them questions. Just spotted them. Entry, that's something that's usually just done by the theme. So basically what we're going to do now is we're going to go and put some schema on this site. Now I've got one of this site here, which is another one of mine, which I know has schema on. First of all, I'm going to demo exactly how quick and easy this is to use. And after that, I'll show you a few more ways that we use it. So first thing you do, in fact, before we start anything, I'll click on the schema tab down here on the left. This is where you set it up, and you have a page here that just enables you to choose where you want to activate schema on your site. So it's that simple to just say, yeah, put it here, here, and here. Hit your API key up here. That's a single site one, so it won't work. And you can decide what sections you want to activate and unactivate here, and it's really that simple to set up. It takes you about 30 seconds to set up. Edit your page. Okay, so in the page, as you see down here on the right, there's a little tab that says schema. Once you've activated it on the page, it will just work like that. So you click the button, go over to import, paste the URL for somebody that's got really, really good schema in there. Click scrape. See, it's got locksmith schema on that site. And we're going to import the schema, and then I'm just going to save that. Before I start going through doing loads of edits, I'm just going to view the page and very, very quickly go over to the tool and show you what schema we've now got on the site. So we have locksmith schema, but let's have a look at this schema. Let's just see how good it is. So as you can see, it's locksmith schema. It's got the Wikipedia links pulled in, Wikipedia Manchester, locksmithing, Wikidata, Manchester locksmithing. It says locksmithing Manchester or auto locksmith. It's got all the areas served pulled in a split second. Description. Scroll further down here, you've got all the types of vehicles and everything that you can currently work on. Most people's probably never even seen this type of schema created this good. Even where we've got items offered, we have all the keywords. So it's actually got all the keywords down throughout the whole page of different parts of the things that this thing you work on. Now, basically, if you wanted to use this, just let me show you. If you wanted to edit this now so it fits your own website, what you do is you go back in here, click on the edit button. Matthew's put, I thought there were different schema for local business products. Mike, will this work on Convertri, or do you know how? I will show you that shortly, guys. Yes, and yes, there are. Let me get through this. I'll tell you what, I'll answer all the questions later on. Just let me get through the presentation, and you'll love it. So basically, what you're faced with, first of all, is this little document. See this maximize thing? Open that. And you can literally pop through the thing and edit the schema with your own business details. So whatever information you want to add. So for example, if we were going to change this URL to our own URL, got a little help button here. And what we've incorporated into the schema tool is lots and lots and lots of little shortcodes. So for example, URL, copy that. And wherever you've got the URL, you're going to pop the URL. Okay, so this means it's going to dynamically work across websites as well. So you don't have to just go in and edit it over and over and over. You create one decent schema and you can use it anywhere you want. So say you wanted the current page title, and we change the Auto Locksmith Manchester, we pop the current page title in there, and then you change all the areas served, pop your address in, scroll down the page. I'm not going to go too deep with this because I'm going to show you some of the cool things before we do all that. Change sections here. Say you wanted to add a different, say you had, we deal with other types of vehicles. See this add node button here? Click add. I've just added 3 or 4 there. And then we could put in different vehicles in here. So Jeep, let's say we didn't have it on there. Kia. And this will just automatically let you build it. Now, if you want to duplicate the whole section, you can add additional nodes. And I'm going to show you how to do that better shortly. Okay, so you just pop through and you change anything, even things like date published, date modified. Now you get a lot of schemas that have got dates on them and stuff like that. That will pull it in from the actual site itself. In addition to that, we've got PHP. So say you wanted the administrator email, you just pop that in, paste that in, and then every site that you put it on, it'll automatically pull in the admin email. Right, I'm going to delete this quickly now because there's something else I want to show you. Right, so imagine first of all, before I go off and do the Manchester page for you, imagine first of all now, let me just save this to the current page. So you can save to all pages. So if you create a dynamic schema, what it'll let you do is save to all pages, and it'll work. Same with video schemas, same with image schemas. Right, but if you save to current page, that will only save on the page that we're currently on. Okay. Right, now let's say we're doing directories. So if we're doing a directory in the UK, which is where I'm from, Yell.com is probably the most popular. So if we did locksmith Manchester Yell, here's their page. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to take it over to the site. I'm going to click import. I'm going to do this. And then it's going to say, oh dear, high security site, you cannot scrape this. Okay, now a lot of people do this to stop you from scraping their sites and nicking their schema and stuff like that. So we've incorporated something really cool. Go over to your page, right click, view page source. Okay, now we're inside the page. I'm going to click Command and A. I'm going to copy the whole page, absolutely everything. I'm going to go back over here, click on the HTML code. Then what you do is you paste the HTML code in here. Now this is if you're doing directories, you can, and then you scroll all the way down. In fact, I'll just grab that. Click process HTML. So because this website's got security on it, but it has loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of different schemas, what we can now do is click import schema. And as you will be able to see, we have lots and lots and lots and lots of schema from the directory pages. Now we can very, very, very quickly and simply go in and just edit these to whatever we want. So you change the image, change the logo image, change the name that's on there. Okay, I think it'll probably, it's got the address as Manchester. So you'd have lots of different addresses as Manchester. So if you're building directory sites, you can very, very, very quickly edit and manipulate obviously the schema without messing around. Now, if you wasn't 100% sure, let's say you've got a client who wants you to, in fact, I've not saved this, so I'm going to come out of the page and go back in rather than deleting them all. Okay, so we've got empty schema again here. Right, so if it was me, this is a locksmiths in Manchester. So what I'd be looking to do is I would be looking to target the keyword locksmiths in Manchester. So what I would do is I'd go locksmiths in Manchester, type that. Okay, now there's a reason all of these sites are ranking at the top of Google. Okay, so what I would do is I'd go in and I'd steal this. And I'd click on the import button, paste that into there, go to the next line down, come down to the next one down. You see it's got a funny URL, so you've got to click on that, grab the URL from the top, paste that in there. Come down, I can grab that one from here. And I'd normally do about 10 of these, but I'm not going to because obviously I don't want to keep these on here for ages. Paste that in there. So I'll do 5. And one more. I don't know if this is going to pull the HTTP in because what you normally do is go onto the website. So it's not. Okay, so we've got 5 websites there, yeah? 5 top websites for locksmiths in Manchester. Click scrape. And what it's done now, it's gone off and it's found all the schema that's on the top sites in Manchester. So you click your import schema button. And now you have the schema from the top sites in Manchester. So we're going to have a look and it'll say, right, so it's got website schema on it. It's got image schema on it. It's got web page schema on it. So if we save that to the current page, now obviously you can go and just edit it as quick as you want, but if we save that to the current page, view the page and go over here, all the schema from the top 5 websites. But as you can see, we've got 2 web page schemas on there. Now we wouldn't want that because that's going to be bad for your SEO. Okay, so what you'd want to do is you'd want to go back over to the plugin. You don't want duplicates on the page unless you're like a directory and you're doing what Yell.com does. So what you're going to do is you're going to minimize, and you see what this does here? Click combine on that one. So it says combine schemas. What that's now going to do is that's going to go into your schema. It's going to find everything that's duplicate and it's going to merge them together, and anything that's unique it's going to keep. So now what we've got is one schema which incorporates everything that was on all the other sites in that current area. Obviously, the more difficult the places that you're ranking and stuff like that, the harder it's going to be. And obviously, the more schema you're going to pick up from the websites that you're pulling it in from. But obviously, if you're not, it's going to be as simple as going to an industry like I've just done with locksmithing in Manchester. Pull the top 10 sites, I'd say, and you're going to get quite a bit more than this. And then just go through, edit all the information using the short codes. So you add your short codes throughout, and you're done. Yeah, and then just click save, and you've got the schema on your web page. Right, a couple of other things I want to show you now before we go any further. So if we wanted to keep this schema, okay, we wanted to save it, right? So we're going to save to current page. Then what we do is, you see where we've got templates tab here. Click on your templates and you get your schema. Okay, now I've got the previous schema that was already on this page, which I've saved here. but you could click Save Current Schema and save that to here. Once you've saved it, a little button there that enables you to import and export. So you click the button, import schema from file, or you export the schema. If you click that button now, you should see it download on the left-hand side of my page. See that down there? I've got a copy of that exact schema that I've just done. Right, now I'm going to go into a little bit more detail about schema now. I'm going to delete this one. I'm going to show you something a little bit cooler now, a bit more advanced. Right, so we've saved current page blank yet. We've got nothing on there at all. Right, let's say we've got a client who's a restaurant. Now, if you've ever seen how schema displays inside of Google, what you'll find is it displays so that you can see, like as shown on the presentation before, you can see the login buttons, and in restaurants that's done correctly, you can see the full menu and everything. Right, so if we're going to templates here, what we've got, it's a community-driven schema catalog. So when I say community-driven schema catalog, what I mean is you guys can submit, okay, share schema. So if I wanted to share my current schema, I'd click the share button and share it. My team are going to then check it, make sure it's okay. This guy does most of the checking, as you can see. If you click on it, it'll say, what will it say? About GKey George and J God proven schema, taking free custom schema requests soon. Okay, so he's put that in there. Now, let's say we're doing a restaurant menu. Okay, let's import the schema. So we've got 4 pages of it so far. There's about 150 being set up. There's gonna be lots of different ones. So let's say we're doing a restaurant for a client. We want to import menu schema. Import that to the page. Let's maximize that. There's the menu schema that's pre-done for you. Okay. Now, if you don't know how this works, see this little button? You can click it and you can have a look at exactly how it's structured. So you click on the offers. Let's click on the menu. Okay, so we've got the appetizers section. I'll show you exactly what appetizers you've got. Okay, your soups section. Don't know if you can read that because it's a little bit small. Shows you exactly what soups you've got, and then you've got your pastas section. Now, if you wanted to use this for a HTML site, or you wanted to take this across to Convertri, somebody said before, I use Convertri myself, you can probably see from the top. You can click on the preview button here, and that will pull in all the code from your schema file. So Command and A, copy, and paste that straight into your head code, and you're done. Okay, right, so what I want to show you now is if we scroll down here and we have a look, what you'll see is you've got your menu section, appetizers, yeah? Scroll a little bit further down, you can see basil bruschetta, or bruschetta, I think it's pronounced, menu item. Scroll down there, menu section, soups. Okay, scroll down a bit further, we've got menu items, and you see menu section, pastas, right? So on the pastas, we've got menu item, buckwheat pasta, and we've got another menu item, eggplant, parmesan stacks. Now, let's say we wanted extra pastas for our client, right? And you don't have to go in, figure out the code, and do all that. You go into this little section here, menu item, and click duplicate. See under there, you've got a brand new section. So now you go in, you write the new name, give it a description, put in the price, done. Yeah, so you can create a full menu like that. Now let's say, okay, well, I wanted main courses on here. You go up to the pasta section, click duplicate, scroll down, see you get your menu item, menu item, menu item, menu section, pastas. So then let's change main courses. And then we scroll down, we edit these to the three of the things on the main course. Click duplicate, scroll a bit further down. Let's say steak dinner is one of them. And then you're like, okay, I want to have a look at what my client's menu looks like. So you scroll back up to your visualizer. And what you're now going to see when you click on your visualizer is you've got different menu items. Okay, you've got your appetizers, you've got your soups, you've got your pastas, you've got your main courses. Should have all the ones. I've just added the steak dinner on there. So what this enables you to do now is build super advanced schema. Now, if you've got sections missing, because you get errors, let's save this to the current page. If you've got sections missing because you get tiny little errors and stuff like that, you can always use this section up here to add nodes. See how that's just added a node in there? So available starts, available ends. Let's say available, this is not a real one, but let's say not Sundays. Obviously you'd need to know what it is you put in. Not Sunday, and then you'd save it and it would just edit it there. If you've got sections you don't want, like your areas served, you just click delete and confirm, and as you can see, it's done. So we're going to now preview the page. Imagine this on a client's menu thing. You say you can charge $500 to do this on a client site. Very, very quick, very, very simple, very, very, very easy. I hope I saved that to the current page. I think I did. So what this has enabled us to do is simplify the whole process of Schema from start to finish. As you can see, there's no errors, no problems, no issues on there at all. Scroll through and the full menu is on there. Now that'll display like that in Google. That will help the site rank, and it'll also help the site take up a huge chunk of the first page of Google when it does display, because it's going to display the schema setup. Guys, I said it wasn't going to be a really, really long presentation. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the questions first and see if you guys have got any. Would you prefer, well, let me have a look what you've put for someone. Boyd's put, holy shit. Marcel's put, oh, I get the idea. That is great. I'm assuming that you do this time-consuming work one time and then it's done. Exactly, Casey. You do it once per site, obviously, but if you want to export and import to a new site, you've got all your shortcodes, use all your PHP if you're an advanced user, and just pull them in. But it just simplifies the whole process. It makes it as easy as filling in a form. Marcel's, this is awesome. Whoa, amazing. That's very cool. Convertri here. Yeah, Convertri. I use Convertri, as you can probably see from the top up there. Nice, no coding. Yep, no coding at all. I mean, I like things simple, easy, really, really simple to use, and that's why we created it. I've started adding Schema to all of my websites, and when I realized what a pain in the ass it was, I thought, you know what, we cannot live with it like this. I can't spend 4, 5, 6 hours a website doing it. So I said to my guys in the office, stop everything you're doing, go away and build the simplest, easiest tool that's ever been done. And it's unlimited. Everything on it is completely unlimited. You can merge, you can overwrite, you can join your schemas together. You can use all your WP functions. We've got drop downs coming in so that you can select from a menu of shortcodes. There's so much coming. It's not even been released yet. This has never had a launch. It's never been released. Tony's seen it, and obviously I'm here now to do you guys a very, very special offer. Can you show how a menu schema looks on Google? I can't really show you. Maybe I can. Let me go back over there and have a look. Because the only way we'd be able to do it is by typing let's just see if this is going to pull up. Right, no, I can't show how it's going to look, unfortunately, sorry, because I don't know a site that's got the schema created. But you'd see it if you look at Microsoft and things like that. You see that their website does. Right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, guys, because there's quite a few people saying, right, how much is it? What's it going to cost? What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the offer. I'm going to put my presentation back up. I'm going to go through. I'm going to show you the offer that's available to you guys tonight. And then what I'll do is I'll run through and I'll answer every single question that people have got. So until we've completely finished, I will literally be here answering questions until you say, right, enough. We don't need to know anymore. So I'm going to move back over. I'll go back to the demo site, and there's going to be 2 separate options you've got tonight. Can you all see my page again, my screen again there? Sorry, does it say demo time? Yep, you can all see that? Yeah, Mike. Move along. Right, I'll move along. Okay. It's just I didn't have my presentation. Right, demo time. Okay, guys. So tonight you've got 2 options. Please do not go and click the link, okay? wpschemaplugin.com/Hayes. Please do not go over and click the link yet, okay? I'll stick it in the chat so you can click it, but you don't need to go purchase it yet because you've got 2 options, and I don't want you buying more than you need to, okay? Personal license option for you guys tonight, okay? Now, on my website, every single license that I currently do is monthly or annual. That is it. You can't get anything else off me. I don't do anything. Every single license you've got on here tonight is lifetime with lifetime updates, okay? So it's not going to expire for you at all, right? So normal price on my website, you pay $297 annually for a 50 website license, okay? Tonight you save $200 if you use coupon code 200 off, okay? Do not go and buy this yet. I'll explain why in a second. It costs you, so it's a total cost to you of $97. That's a 100 site license. So you can use it on 100 websites. So that's double what you'd normally pay for $297 annual. And this is never going to expire. These are going to get all the updates. It's going to work for absolutely ever. But this is a personal site license. So you're going to get one API key for all 100 websites. Okay, we're going to boost that up to 500 sites for you completely free of charge, but only if you buy on the webinar. Okay, and this is what Tony's managed to get me to agree to. I can't believe he has, because it's too many sites. But it's boosted up to 500 sites for you. So that's like 20 cents a site. Agency license. Now, anybody out there who's got clients, does SEO for clients, works with clients, yes? Normal price on my website is $997 annual. So it costs you $997 a year, right? Tonight, you're going to save $700. Don't go and buy any of these yet. Just let me finish this last bit. It's going to cost you a total of $297, okay? That's going to be one time, and it's going to be a 100 site license. So that's going to cost you about $3 a site, okay? That means you're going to get 100 API keys for all 100 websites. So you can give a client their own website with their own API key, okay? So that it's completely, they own it, it's theirs forever. You charge them $500, you can charge them $1,000, maybe more. You go in, you set it all up, do it for them, and then say, this is your license, plus a 100 site personal license for $1. So if you go and buy the agency license, and as soon as you go through to the subscription, get to the second, as soon as you purchase, you can get an option to click and get $1, and I'm going to boost that up to you 500 sites for free. So anybody who buys the agency license tonight, you're going to get the 500 site license completely for $1. It's going to cost you $1 for 500 site personal site license, and then you can have 100 API keys that you can use on client sites. Okay, so agency license is $997 reduced by $700 to $297, 100 site license, 100 API keys, plus 100 personal site license, boosted up to 500 sites. You can also add your customers to our closed Facebook group so that they can benefit from our community support rather than you offering it. Now, I've got nearly 2,000 subscribers on my Facebook group who all use different versions of my software, and it's there, facebook.com/groups. Now, you obviously get access if you purchase one of my products, but any of your clients, any of your agency clients, if they get recommended by you to the group, they can come in and they can benefit from using my customer support team. So you don't have to provide the support if you're not a schema expert. Obviously, I've got a team there at support@mikemartin.zendesk.com, and obviously a support team that works over at my Facebook group as well. So you can get full access to that. Your personal license is $297. Tonight you save $200 using coupon code 200OFF. Obviously, the link has been put into the comments and the chat. 100 site license, one API key. If it's boosted up to 500 sites, you're going to get 5 API keys that will do 100 websites each, okay? You get a lifetime license on all of the 500 sites and lifetime updates. In addition to that, the agency license, it's going to be $997. Tonight, you're saving $700, and it's not an annual, it's lifetime. 100 site license, 100 API keys for your client's website, so they've got their own API key. Them API keys will only work on one website. Okay, so once it's been used on their website, it's locked to their website. Plus a 100 site personal license for $1. Plus that's getting boosted up to 500 sites completely free of charge. So you will receive 5 API keys that will work on 100 sites each. Lifetime license with lifetime updates. And like I said earlier, you can add them to my thing. Yeah. Guys, I'm going to whip through now and do any questions. I'm assuming I need to go back over to my my demo page, but I'll do that once I see the next question. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scroll back up. How do you put the code in Convertri? Right, the code goes into Convertri. You just copy and paste it straight into the head code inside the Convertri page. If you look on your Convertri website, you'll see the top, it says page. And there is where you can add all your SEO settings in your code and stuff like that. If that doesn't work, I think it's is it pronounced? UWE. You can also add it on into the page inside an HTML block. So you copy and paste the code, you could just add it into an HTML block in the top of the page. You know, when you can pull in a HTML block from the left-hand side in Convertri, that just works. Right, what about training? Matthew's put, what about training? There is training. We have a full step-by-step guide that shows you exactly how to use the tool, exactly how to use it from start to finish, all the different sections. That's on the receipt page. So you'll just watch all the training videos here. There's about 10 or 12 different videos you can go through. Any problems at all, you can always hit me up on the Facebook group or any of my team, or you can contact me via Skype and jump on a call. There's no problem at all with that. Very valuable information, went very fast. Can you please send a replay? Yes, we will do. Yes, sorry, I went fast because I was told not to keep these on. Yes, might move along. Yes, demo time. Right. What is the meaning of agency license? Basically, JC, agency license means you can sell the plugin to a client. So you get 100 site license. So you can have 100 clients. Say you charge a client $200 or $400 or $500 to add Schema to their website. You use one of your API keys, install the plugin, put it on the site. They've got lifetime updates and forever on that site, and that you can sell them that API key. Okay, if you've got a single site license and you start sharing that, your API key would probably get blocked because you're doing it from multiple IP addresses. But not only that, you'd also be in a situation where people could just use your API key on whatever sites they want, and your thing's going to run out rapid. Whereas with the agency license, you get 100 individual API keys that work on individual websites per customer, so nobody can nick your API key. Explain the API keys. Basically, right, let me go back over to my page, 1 second. Okay, this is the sales page, just in case anybody's not seen it yet. Right, API keys, how does API keys work? Right, basically what happens is when you purchase, you're going to receive a download link for a plugin, and you're going to receive a download TXT file with all of your API keys. So when I go into the plugin here, you're going to see the plugin after you've installed it into your WordPress site on the left-hand side. Click on it. Sorry, I'm moving the comments around while I'm talking to you. And what you can now see is this here, okay? You put the API key in up there and click save, and it will activate it on your website. Without that API key, it will not work, full stop. And if you do decide, if you charge a client monthly to do their schema, because customers like restaurants and stuff like that, like I showed you a minute ago, they're constantly updating their menus. So you can charge them a monthly fee to do this. But if you do charge them a monthly fee and they stop paying, you can contact me with their API key to keep a note of it, and I can switch it off on their sites so they can no longer update their menus. So the menu stays the same on their site forever, which is going to get a bit old in Google's rankings pretty quick. People are going to be sick of saying, oh, they do a steak dinner for this much. And then they phone up, it's like, it's not that anymore, it's 27. And obviously they lose it. If you get a personal site now, may I get the agency at the same price? I'd have to ask Tony on that one. I'm not 100% sure how long this is going to be running for. I know we've only just sorted out today and he wanted to show you guys because obviously it's a lifetime and it's so cheap. I have many customers which are web designers and I will offer them your plugin. Do you have an affiliate program? If you speak to Tony about that, he'll be able to sort that out with you. No problem. Do each of the 100 agency API keys work with just one client site or many sites for a single client? They're single site licenses. So the agency licenses are locked to a single site. So you'll get 100 API keys and that's for 100 client websites. It's not for 100 clients, it's for 100 client websites. Otherwise you can have a client with 50 sites. So no, it's per website. They cost you £3 a site and you can charge them whatever you want. Why does it say 997 on payment page instead of 297? You need to put in, go to the coupon section. Just get a bit further down, it'll say coupon code. Let me go in and show you. 1 second. Oh, wrong one. Right, see here? So you come over, if you're getting the agency license, you click on here. See there, it says 700 off. Copy that, go over to the purchase page, scroll down. See there, coupon code. Paste it in, what's the price? Boom, 297, drops down for you. As soon as you click continue purchase, it will move you across to another page that will say, add the personal site license, 100 site license it might say, for $1. But if you purchase during the webinar, I'm going to boost that up to 500. So what you're going to get is 5 API keys in your personal site license, and you're going to get 100 API keys for your agency license. If I buy the agency license, no, will every customer get 100 site licenses? They will not know. They'll get single site license. So if you give a customer, if you add one of them API keys to a customer site, it's locked to that particular URL. Okay, so it's 100 client websites, not 100 clients. Yep. If you max out the 100 API keys from your agency license, can I buy more with the same price, 297 for 100 licensed API keys? You can buy multiple on the webinar tonight. This is not an offer that's going to, basically this plugin's not even been released to the public yet. So the page you're seeing hasn't even started to be pushed out or marketed. And Tony's basically said, look, this would really suit my guys. Can we do a real special deal for them? So if you want to make multiple purchases tonight, then you've got them at the same price. But once this webinar's over and this goes live to the general public, it would be, you'd be paying $297 annual for 50 sites for the agency license. Not for the agency license, that's for the personal. You'd be paying $997 annual for a 100 site license. Let me just check. Let's just have a look. Yeah, there you go. Buy now. $997 annual, 100 site agency license. And as you can see, they're all annual. Why agency for clients? They get APIs. They get their own API key. So you need to, if you're going for after a client, and SR just bought, thanks very much, just in time information, because we noticed our Convertri sites were completely devoid of schema. So thanks so much. Well, the page you're looking at now is a Convertri page. I use that as well, love it. Any more questions, guys? Anybody got any more questions you want me to run through? Anything you want me to demo whilst I'm on here? Anything you want to ask, Tony?
Yeah, I want to show them some stuff for the bonus. I've got something really special for bonus guys to make this easy to make a decision, basically. Can you give me the screen, please, Mike? And I will do a quick demo and show you guys what you got. This is very, very, very limited. I was actually going to do a launch with this, and I decided not to because it's too powerful and it would get abused, and I didn't want to ruin the strategy. So I'm only going to give this to 50 people who are going to be the first 50 to buy. Okay, so this will never be in a launch. And it was planned to be in the launch just before Christmas, and when we didn't do it, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't release it. Okay, so let me just show you something. Can you see my screen okay? I can't see the questions. You need to keep an eye on it for me, please, Mike.
I'm talking with my mic on there, mate. 1 second, mate. I'll make you presenter, 2 secs. Let me do that. That'll work out better for you. I mean, I'll make you organizer. Then you'll be able to see everything.
All right. Okay, so I'll just change presenter then.
I'm going to make you the organizer now, mate, so you've got full access to everything. I can see a few more questions popping up, guys. When Tony's finished, I will go through any questions at all you've got. Right, you're the organizer now, bud. You should be able to see everything. Can you see everything there, Tony?
I still see the Schema plugin special offer page. I don't see my screen, so I'm not quite sure why.
Do you know if you go up to sharing, little drop down menu that says sharing, select the drop down menu under there and you should be able to share your screen.
Sharing, show my screen. Show my screen. Okay, let me just pull something up.
I can see that now, buddy. I'll shut up and I will mute my mic.
All right, so you can see the YouTube, yeah?
Yeah, loads of YouTube videos. I can see it, yeah.
All right, guys. Okay, so this is something I was going to launch. I'm not going to launch it anymore because it's just too powerful. There's still some nuances that we need to be aware of and discover. So I'm going to do a separate training on this via a webinar in a few days so that people understand exactly how to use this, because if this gets abused, then YouTube or Google are going to stop the ability to do what we can do here in a single click. Okay, so what you can see here, I've got compare car insurance in New York, and you can see we are there number 2 with this playlist, and that's my video at the top in there. Okay, let's pull this over again, pull this one, car insurance in Texas. You can see again we're ranking here number 3 in YouTube, and again that playlist with my video on the top, and that's just a video I grabbed, you know, at the last minute. I just grabbed it because it was the easiest one to download. It was the shortest video I could find. And here again we got for Florida, so that's 3 of the biggest states. Now what I've actually done is I created a playlist for every single state in America, okay, and in a single click I've managed to rank for every single state in America, okay, for compare car insurance. Okay, this is kind of a competitive keyword, yeah. So this is the power of what we got here. Now the reason I didn't want to launch it is because if we scroll down a little bit, you will start to see other playlists creep in. You can see another one here for Wyoming, okay, and it starts to make the search results look ugly. So I know that if it gets abused, then what will happen is Google will either limit the API keys or they will close channels down and stuff like that. That's why I didn't launch it in the end. That's why I just thought, no, but it's too good. It's too good a strategy that we don't want to waste it. So what I've got here is what we were going to do up to the OTO2 level of that launch, which is a full version of what we call SERP Curate. Now, SERP Curate is a part of a bigger tool called VidCurate Alpha. So if you've got VidCurate Alpha, you've already got this one in your software, okay? And you can get a different bonus if that's the case. If you already own VidCurate Alpha, you can get a different bonus. I've got some other options for you guys, okay? But this SERP Curate up to the OTO2 version is really simple, really amazing automation with on-page SEO, which makes these rank really, really, really well. But there are some nuances that you need to be aware of. So before you run off and start doing this, wait until we do the webinar. We will do a webinar in about 3 or 4 days, a training webinar, so that you're aware of how to get the best results from this. Now, to set this up, basically it's really simple, okay? Very, very, very simple. You can see that we put in a project name, put in a playlist title, description, put in some tags. I just put in some basic stuff here because we're going to automate all of that with these. Just by checking these, it's going to actually pre-populate all the on-page SEO. And this is some incredible stuff that we've got in here happening. I'll show you in a second what it looks like. And here we put in our keywords. This is where I put in, for example, car insurance in Alabama, all the way down to car insurance in Wyoming, all 50 US states, and every single one of them is ranking. And with the click of a button, by adding the project, it goes and creates these playlists, okay? And it all happens automatic. That's all we have to do. That's all I did to rank on those 50 pages for car insurance, compare car insurance in each one of those states for a very, very competitive keyword. Now, when we come in here, you can see, if I come down, you can see the actual playlist items in here. So sometimes it takes a couple of seconds to load up, depending on the computer resources. And you can see the thumbnails. They will appear here in a second. I think I'm just using too many resources on my computer right now. And what you can do here is you can send over your whole, all your campaigns. You can just select all here, and you can click over here and send to the rank checker for the playlist URLs, the rank checker for the first video, which is this video here, okay? And when you come into the rank checker in here, you can see, if I just go down, they're all ranking. You're going to get some dancing about like this one here. It will come back and you will see green, 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 green. I'm just going all the way down. You can see they're all ranking on page 1, yeah, of YouTube. You will get some that's doing this sort of Google dance or YouTube search results dance, and it will come back, okay? So that's what I'm going to give as a bonus. Now, this is very, very, very limited. The only way that you can get this now is part of VidCurate Alpha, apart from in a bonus. And I will probably not offer this again as a bonus for a long, long time because it's just too powerful, and I don't want too many people to have this. because of the power that we got with it. Now, this needs some additional training. It needs some additional strategies. There are things that you need to be aware of. So you need to attend that webinar when we come to do that webinar in a few days, okay? So that's the bonus that we're going to offer, and that makes the offer that Michael has got here a no-brainer in my mind. If you combine that with this so that you can use video to go and rank for those kind of keywords, and you're linking into your websites, that makes this extremely powerful, especially for local, because it's so easy to do. Okay, just one click of a button and you can achieve all those page one results. Now, what's important about this, and this is what you need to understand, is when you're getting backlinks into your website from ranking content, okay, from ranking content, that will give you more power, okay? That gives the backlink a lot more power. So even if it's ranking in YouTube, okay, that's giving you more power, because what we're doing here is we're actually putting our video at the top of these playlists, and what these playlists are built on is the top search results in YouTube. Okay, so essentially this is number one here in YouTube. This is number two in YouTube, this one. So this number two, number three, number four. That's number one, number two, number three results in YouTube at the time when I created this playlist. And what we do is we put our video at the top. Okay, that all happens automatically, right? And when we come in here into the info section in here, what you will see is that we've got all the tags automatically pulled in. Okay, we take the top 6 tags for every single one of these search results. Okay, and when we come in this section here, you can see that we've got a link in here in the description to that video that's at the top. Then we've got all the videos, all the titles of all the videos in this description. This all happens automatic, okay? And then you can see that we have got some tags in here. Now I think I probably did this one manually, because let me just check in this one down here. We should be getting the tags from the hashtags. We're taking hashtags from the channels used in the playlist. It looks like this needs to be updated a little bit here. What happens is we take the channel name, we combine the name into one word, and we put it into a hashtag, and we put that into the description as well. Okay, that makes that really, really, really powerful. And the other thing that we can do with this is we can translate it all as well if you want to, but that needs to be done kind of manual. So what you would do here is you would click on translate. Okay, you go into bulk update. You have to do this for each one individually, each one of these playlists, and then you can select all the languages, and you can update the localized title and description. And that means that if somebody is searching, for example, in Portuguese language, because we've translated this with the metadata, they can find your playlist, they can find your content. You will still be ranking for that content in different countries, even if they're typing in a different language. So this is really super powerful, guys. And you know, it's a fantastic bonus to offer with Mike's product. All right, Mike, you there? Let's see. If you've got any questions, I can't see them, so you need to keep an eye on the questions. Oh yeah, actually, you did. Sorry, I forgot you made me a presenter, organizer.
I've just bought my own product so I can get access to that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. There's some nuances that you need to be aware of so that you don't mess it up for yourself. But just wait for the webinar, guys. We'll do a webinar in about 3 or 4 days. Okay, I'm just testing another couple of things out. Paul, you're asking if it's VidCurate Alpha or SEPCurate. This is for SEPCurate. VidCurate Alpha is now like $500, and it's monthly now. So SEPCurate, we sort of made SEPCurate bigger and better for the purpose of doing a launch. But when I saw just how powerful this was, and knowing that if you're going to sell to, you know, you're going to pull in, you know, 500 or 1,000 people on the front end in a Warrior Plus launch or a JVZoo launch, you're going to have a lot of people just abusing it because they don't know what they're doing with it, and it's just too risky. It's too good a strategy to get wasted that way. So what I decided to do was just pull the plug and only offer it in bonuses like products like this, so that I'm only really getting it into the hands of people who are, you know, into SEO and not so much a bunch of newbies that might come from a Warrior Plus launch, which typically kind of happens because the affiliates are so good with their email copy. They're able to sell stuff to people that don't even know what they're buying sometimes. So I thought it was going to be safer to do like this so that we could protect this strategy to make sure it's going to work long time. So if you combine that with what Mike's got, I mean, what an offer, guys! What an offer! This is you know, that's 2 fantastic tools for the price of 1.
Yeah, I absolutely love that too.
Yeah.
It's proper awesome. I don't think I've ever seen anything that does quite what that does.
Yeah, this is an old strategy actually. It's gone back to 2011. There was a guy called Mark Olson who actually created that strategy, and he did a launch actually in the Warrior Forum, and I think he sold about 2,000 front-end copies. At that time, it works a little bit better, that strategy, because you were able to rank in Google really fast. What you find with this now is that you will rank in the Google video section, but it's not showing the thumbnail for some reason in that Google video section. But all the power and all the traffic is actually in YouTube, and people they don't realize how much traffic there can be inside YouTube. And what you can find as well, sometimes we do the search with using the YouTube API key, where the playlist is ranking. It's actually going to show you in the API key results. It's going to show you the result for that top video. Okay, so the video replaces the playlist URL for the top ranking content when you're using an API to do the search. So that's giving all the power into that particular video. And don't forget, this is Google that's curated this content as well. Okay, so Google has curated the content because we are taking the rankings that YouTube and Google have decided is the best results for that particular keyword, and we're putting our video right in there at the top with it. That's why it ranks, together with the on-page SEO stuff. Okay, Marcel, you just send me. Actually, Mike, you can give me a bunch of an export file of the customers who buy from you, and then if you can do that, you know, give me each day, then I can send out these bonuses. I'll get Tanya to send. Or what you can do, Marcel, is you can send a ticket into support@anthonyhayes.me. Okay, support@anthonyhayes.me. I'll put that into the chat. And unless you've got VidCurate Alpha, there's no way to get this. I'm not going to ever release it. Even though that we worked on it, we actually spent about 2 or 3 weeks testing, working on this and improving it. But I'm not giving it away because I'm not giving it away in a launch. I'm not going to sell it in a launch because it's just too good a strategy to get ruined, which could easily happen. Right now, let me just.
Shall I whip through and do some questions?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Yep. Kim, I see you need to. In fact, let me do a request to you now, mate, to take control back, because in case anyone needs me to do any more demos, if you go into where it says attendees and then on the right hand side it says staff, I've just requested keyboard and mouse control from you. Right, so Kim's asked, have you used the Schema plugin for affiliate, CPA, and Amazon sites? I've not used it for affiliate and CPA sites, but obviously Schema ranks your website, so it's going to work. I do a lot of mass backlinking via Amazon, Google Drive, and things like that. And what I do is export the pages into HTML before I upload them, and I always put on the back end of all of my backlinks. So all of my backlinks have actually got better schema than most of my competition's websites. So what I find is, obviously, in a lot of cases, my actual backlink pages outrank my competition's websites. I mean, basically, we do about 13,000 incoming calls every single month from mass page websites, and nearly all of them. That's why I built the plugin, because obviously I need to start putting schema across all the sites, otherwise they're going to start to drop. Can you URL in the playlist description? That's for you, that one, Tony. Can you add the URL in the playlist description?
Yeah, you can, but it does it automatically. We'll add the URL automatically in there. But what you mean is, let me just open this up. I can do a screenshot and send it to you guys. I haven't got the screen anymore, but I can do a screenshot and send it to you. whether you can put anything in the description. You've got a field for that here in your settings, but most of it is automated. You just checkbox at the bottom what you want to add in there, and it's going to add that automatically for you with the link
we can
to the
still
first.
see your screen, mate.
Oh, can you? I thought you had taken the screen. So you got this playlist description here, and you just put in here what you want. Okay, but if you checkbox all of this, it's going to put those titles in there. It's going to put the hashtags in there. It's going to put the top 6 tags. The reason I did top 6 tags is because you've got limited amount of characters. But if you want to add more tags, what you can do is you can come into the info section of your playlist and click here. It's going to calculate the most common tags. And when it's calculating the most common tags, then you can just choose the ones that you want. It takes a couple of minutes, but it seems to be really slow right now. I think it's my computer resources slowing down. And that will calculate the most common tags to be used, that you just choose the ones that you want to use. All right.
Right, Matthews asked, I don't know if it's for me or for you. What if I'm doing local rank and rent, you need an agency license if you're going for the schema tool, because you'd have to give them their own API key or put their own API keys on there, unless you're not letting them log in. If you're only renting out the traffic, then you just need a personal site license, because the site still belongs to you. The way I do a lot of that rank and rent style sites is we do overlays. What if I want to set up video link wheels? Can you do video link wheels with that, Tony?
We didn't add the ability to put a link into the last created playlist. You would need to do that manually. You could do that manually, but we couldn't do it with the playlist, and I can't recall exactly why. I remember the coder telling me. I did request if we could do that, and there was a good reason for it, but I can't, for the life of me, remember right now. But it is like 2 a.m. so I'll find out and I'll let you know. But it's something that you can do manually if you want to. The thing is, if you're putting just one link in the description, we find this works time and time again really, really well. Okay, if you're putting one link in the description, especially to a website, especially if you're using the schema and stuff on a website, it's going to be better for you. You got all those links. There's 50 ranking web pages or 50 ranking keywords, or a playlist that's ranking for all these keywords. Yeah, each one of these 50 playlists for America, for example, would be 50 ranking pieces of content ranking that is linking to your website. I mean, that's kind of important, isn't it? It's just more powerful because you're getting backlink from something that's already ranking for those keywords. I don't know if you people remember. Some people might remember. We did something called Rank Attack SEO system a couple of years ago, and what we noticed was that if you increase the CTR clicks into a video and you have a high retention of the video and you have one link in the description, that link in the description is actually going to rank. And we were ranking, and still do rank, web pages with video views. Okay, video views were ranking web pages. Okay, not backlinks, video views. So we were doing a combination of the CTR clicks with the video views, and this is why I created this, because I needed a way that we could do this for multiple keywords. Okay, so we've managed to find a way to do this for multiple keywords using just one single video, because that's all we're doing here. When we're in the settings here, you put in your YouTube video URL. So this video is going to be at the top of all the playlists that get created. Okay, so this gave us a way that we could do that. And what we've got in here, you can see here, we can export to VAA. Okay, so I can select all here, and we can export this so that it can go into VidAttack Alpha. So any VidAttack Alpha customers, they want to increase via the clicks from the search results with the high retention views, you can come in here and do your settings. So you could do like 15 views or 16 views or something like that. You can set your retention time on your video for each of those keywords that you're going to be using. Okay, and this is really super powerful. You just add that project and it's going to give you an export file that you can import into VidAttack Alpha so that you can get these browser views with the click-through rates, which is going to increase the speed which you can rank a web page for multiple keywords, which is why I created it. That was the whole goal, and that was part of a bigger strategy to take the rank attack SEO system a lot further. So that's basically what we've done here. Powerful stuff. So if you've got VidAttack Alpha, it's even more powerful.
I'm seeing a lot of people asking how you get it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post Tony's support link in there again. It's support@anthonyhayes.me. And I've just posted it to everybody. And then obviously if you just send proof of purchase, then you'll be able to claim your free gift as well.
What a combination. These two tools for that price. What a combination.
Yeah, the video, especially if you can add the video schema to these as well. Once they're inside of your web pages, you can set up the schema that works across all the sites, and you can do use the short codes. Yeah, you can do video schema. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So what you can also do is apply the video schema to all the pages using the short codes, and it'll automatically pull in the video title, video description, video tags and stuff like that. So you've got one schema, but if you say you've got a 50-page website with loads of videos on it, it'll automatically dynamically change all the video schemas based on the information inside of the video, as opposed to just having having to change it on every single page. So dynamically, it'll work brilliant with these. I can see a lot of thanks, Imin. Thanks, Imin. Can you get vid curate? Oh, not that one. Sorry. I've just seen another one. Does it require proxies?
Well, yeah, you can add proxies, but here's the thing. When you go into the YouTube accounts in here, you can use multiple YouTube accounts. You can see I've got a whole bunch of YouTube accounts in here. And actually, most of these are coming from, I've got like one Gmail account for this one, for example, that's got like 8 YouTube channels associated. This one Gmail account here's got about 21 YouTube channels associated, okay? And what we do is we assign an API to the actual Gmail account, okay? And when we're using the VidCurate Alpha, because it's YouTube, we don't actually want to use proxies for working with YouTube. What we're doing instead is we're using this API key. So you set this up one time and it's going to connect automatically very, very fast. Otherwise, what it was doing before is it would start this browser up, and you would have to confirm every time it was going to use a different channel and stuff like that. If you had a double verification and stuff like that. So what we did is we build this API so that it just does that automatically. I do not suggest that you're using different IPs for different YouTube channels unless you're using something like HMA, okay? And that makes it really simple for you to be able to do. Just switch on HMA for a different country or something, or a different city if that's the way you want to use it, for the period of time that you want to set up these playlists. But it's all very quick and very easy to work with. I mean, it's really, really super powerful stuff. That's quite a combination.
Tony mentioned a minute. Tony mentioned a minute ago, can you do video schema? Just to clarify, there is no limit to the schema tool. You can do any schema, no matter what schema it does it. It's the way the plugin's been built, it's been built around the structure of schema. So basically you can import and create any schema for anything. Any new schemas that come out in the future, it will automatically work with them. And anything, so as the schema changes, because obviously it's been a pain with it changing and bringing in and taking away things like a review schema and stuff like that, which they've done recently, things like that, you can automatically add and remove schemas inside of the form, but it will work with any schema, and you can have unlimited schema on every single page. Is there training for the YouTube bonus? I think Tony said there's not yet, but there will be, did you say? Webinar. There's a webinar in a few days.
Yeah, we're going to do a webinar. There is some training videos I've already done, but I haven't added it into any sort of particular pages just yet. We will send the details tomorrow. We'll probably send this bonus out tomorrow. I need Tanya to send it out, but before we send it out, we'll put some videos together on the page so that you can see the basics of how to use this. It's very, very easy and very quick to make, to be able to use this and set up. And we'll put that information into a web page before we send your licenses out, so you've got somewhere to go and look, and we can put a link as well for webinar.
Any more questions, guys? Anybody got any questions at all about the plugin, about the video bonus, or anything at all you want to ask while we're on? You asked, can you show how to be done? To be totally honest with you, I've never used this tool, so I wouldn't be able to show you. I've not even got access to it. So I won't be able to show you how you do it with that. But basically, when you've got a video on a page, you can add video schema to that page very, very easily, and you use the shortcodes I shown you earlier. So you'd use pull in the video title and the video description and everything else, just using the small shortcodes. Is there training for the YouTube bonus? We've just gone through that. Very eye-opening, thanks. Anybody got any more questions before we, it's quite a short webinar this for a change. It's a good job you told me to not tell them all my sad stories at the beginning.
Okay, Peter's asking, is VidCurate Alpha included with LocalBiz Alpha Extreme? No, it's not. There's two different products there. One is a WordPress plugin, the other one is a desktop tool. They're different coders as well. And the way that I work with my coders, they're actually like business partners. They actually get a percentage of the sales for every sale that we make. So those two are completely different. It's not part of LocalBiz Alpha. LocalBiz Alpha is a WordPress plugin that creates thousands, tens of thousands of local directory pages. And you can deploy those sites via WordPress Alpha. And we've just added Bluehost into WordPress Alpha, actually, should be finished tonight. We were testing it today, so that's good, because if you want to do like quick little websites with WordPress Alpha, you can do it without having to use expensive DigitalOcean hosting. But completely separate products, the WordPress tools and the desktop tools, different coders, different business partners, in other words. Okay.
You has asked, will the plugin get the video info from the embed video? Right, I tell you what I'll do for you. I will get one of my team to create a video next week. It will be now, because yes, it might be tomorrow. I'll have a chat with him in the morning, because it's nearly 9 o'clock here. So, but what I'll do is I'll get one of my team to create a video that shows you exactly how to create video schema that works across mass pages using the plugin. So it'll be available on my website, on my Facebook group by Monday. Ben says, thanks, have a great evening. Any more questions, guys? Anything you want to add any more, Tony, or the out left that we've not covered?
No, I think if there's anything, what we can do is we can put maybe a quick sort of Q&A into the replay page tomorrow. And if you give me a link to that video as well, I can maybe break it down a little bit into sections as well. And I can put it onto a sort of permanent sort of review post on one of my websites as well, so that we've got it as a kind of evergreen offer for people coming in. But only 50 people can get the SEP Curate, okay, only 50 people maximum, because I really do not want that strategy ruined. And if too many people have it, that is kind of likely to happen, because you can see how competitive these keywords are. Try and rank for car insurance keywords, not easy. That in one click.
No, it's not.
50 US states, so that's quite a combination. These two tools together, guys, that's a very, very good deal. All right.
Yeah, thanks. I am sold. We'll get the agency license. Thanks, guys. Perfect way to start the new year. I'm just reading through all the questions now, guys. There's not many questions. I think most people have already purchased. There's full training on the Schema plugin, like we said, and what I'll do is I will get the video to the replay video to Tony tomorrow, so that he can get it out, because I think it's about 2 o'clock in the morning where you are now, is it?
Yeah, it's 2:20 a.m. but it's all right. I had a nap before, just not sharp as
Anyway. Afternoon nap.
Yeah, siesta.
Yeah, well, that's what they have where I am in Spain. Every day between 1 and 4, you don't see anyone on the streets. Right. Any more questions, guys? Somebody's asking if you're in Pattaya, Tony?
I'm in Pattaya, yeah. Pattaya.
Right.
Humid. But it's nice here. Thailand is good. There's a lot of great things to do here. There's some beautiful, beautiful places to go and visit, like an hour away and stuff like that. You know, you can you can be like in a different world within an hour. But I like to live near the sea, so yeah, I live in Pattaya.
Yeah, I went back to England recently from Spain, and literally I've nicknamed it the Grey Country because as soon as we landed into Manchester Airport, I could just see the grey, and you don't notice it anymore when you live, and it's nice and it's beautiful, and you think, oh, it's too hot, but do you know what? It's beautiful. Thailand's even nicer.
All right.
Okay,
So
guys, I think that's it then. I don't think we've got any more questions on there. We'll get you the replay out tomorrow, and just thank you all for coming up on tonight, and for everyone who's purchased, thank you very much. Any problems at all, need any help at all, hit me up in the Facebook group, or obviously get me over on Skype, and we'll have a chat, and I can help you with anything that you need to. And you, like I said, I'll have a chat with one of my team to make sure that video is done for you for Monday, that shows you how to add video schema onto multiple pages so that you know exactly what you're doing. I'll have a chat with him tomorrow and get him to do it over the weekend for you. Yep, thanks you too, sir. George is saying thanks there. Thanks for the tools. Great stuff. Great start to 2020. Yep, great start to 2020. Right, everybody, thank you very much. I'm going to end the webinar, and
thanks.
all have a great morning, evening, afternoon, or whatever it is where you are. Cheers, everybody. Thanks. Bye-bye.